You got to slow down because you're talking so fast I can't understand you. I keep hearing all time, but that's all I'm getting.
You got to prove that you got power of attorney law over me, or I'll have to sue the courthouse for 100-fold.
Mr. Goodman, I don't have to prove a damn thing to you, sir. If you're here on
you got to prove that you got that you got power of attorney law over me. My name is not those capital letters, so I'm an Israelite from the 12 tribes. So what I'm saying is I'm representing myself. That's all that needs to be said. I'm a human being. I'm a living man. I'm a living being. I'm not no cargo. I'm not none of that.
Unless you are a price on a can of beans, we don't need a barcode.
All right, everyone. Today we've got a really intense courtroom moment. Judge Oakley is back, and once again, he's firmly shutting down a self-proclaimed sovereign citizen who thinks the rules don't apply to him. Judge Oakley has a calm but no-nonsense style, and that's exactly why so many people respect how he handles these situations that I end this case. The man is in court over a serious dispute involving his partner, and right on cue, he starts using the same tired sovereign citizen arguments we've heard countless times before. He challenges the court's authority, twists legal terms, and tries to steer the hearing off track, but none of it works. It's clear he believes these tactics will save him, even though history shows they never do. As you watch this hearing unfold, you'll see Judge Oakley patiently explain the law while making it very clear that fantasy arguments won't change real consequences. This session quickly turns into a powerful reality check, and it's a reminder of why these courtroom moments are so compelling. Let's jump in and see exactly how this dramatic hearing plays out.
Mr. Bowditch, are you ready on Goodman?
Well, Your Honor, I spoke with Mr. Goodman. Mr. Goodman asked me to tell you that the prosecutor in this case has no power of attorney over him. He's an Israelite. There's no grounds under the bar code this matter should be dismissed. I believe he may want to represent himself. You may ask for some clarification if you talk to Mr. Goodman, but that's what he told me to tell you.
Thank you. Mr. Goodman, are you requesting that you represent yourself on this matter? You're muted, Mr. Goodman.
What I'm saying is nobody has power of attorney law over me through the bar code. I'm the beneficiary. My name is not those capital letters, so I'm an Israelite from the 12 tribes. So what I'm saying is I'm representing myself. That's all that needs to be said, because that's what the law is. I got common law jurisdiction. It's a non-violent crime. So I push for it to be dismissed under the bar code.
It's not going to be dismissed today. So simple question, are you representing yourself from this point forward? Yes or no?
Yes, I'm counseling myself.
All right, Mr. Bowditch, you're out. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I said, are you planning on filing a motion, or would you like to set this case for trial?
I'm planning on filing a motion to dismissal because there's no grounds or no standing over my case, because nobody has power of attorney law to hear me, to even take this process even further. You got to prove that first. You got to prove that you got power of attorney law over me to hear this matter.
Okay,
I'm an Israelite,
but you don't know what you're talking about.
I do know what I'm talking about. You don't have power of attorney law. The prosecutor don't have power of attorney law. You don't have power of attorney law. It's under the bar code.
Mr. Goodman, please do not interrupt me. I'm trying to be polite.
Okay, it's under the bar code, though. This is what you signed up to do. You're a public servant.
So right, unless you are a price on a can of beans, we don't need a barcode.
Yes, I am. I'm a human being. I'm not a deity. I'm a human being. I'm a living man. I'm a living being. I'm not no cargo. I'm not none of that. It's under the barcode. This is the real law.
Come here.
Yeah, no standing or no ground.
Mr. Goodman, I'm going to give you a date for your motion.
I'm only here to threaten cohesion.
Pardon me?
I want all my rights intact to me at all times. Do you agree?
So now this man is insisting that every single one of his rights must be honored at all times, including ones that don't actually exist. For example, he claims he has a right to drive without a license, which simply isn't true. Driving is regulated by the state because it's a privilege, not an automatic right. And that's basic law that's been settled for decades. What really stands out, though, is his sudden claim of a new identity. He now says he belongs to a different group, which makes it seem like he's trying to distance himself from labels that usually come with these courtroom arguments. To many viewers, this shift feels less like a sincere belief and more like a strategy to confuse the court or escape responsibility. From the outside, It looks like he's changing his story to avoid facing the results of his own actions. Instead of addressing the actual issue in front of him, he keeps leaning on ideas that don't hold up legally. But that approach rarely works, and the court is clearly focused on facts, not distractions. Let's get back to the hearing and see how this plays out.
I can't understand what you're saying. I think you're too close to your mic.
I want all my rights intact to me at all times. Do you agree?
I can't understand you, so no, I don't agree. I hear you're something
Okay,
all the time.
I want all my rights intact to me at all times. I want all my rights intact to me at all times.
All right, I can't understand you. All right,
Okay.
Are you still living on border? Are you still living on border? Mr. Goodman, are you still living on border?
Ashley, keep yourself muted, please. Your child keeps crying. Thank you.
No, I live somewhere else. I moved.
All right, can you give me that address, please?
I stay at hotel rooms from time to time because I don't have no house right now. So I've been staying in hotel rooms.
Geographically, where are you at today?
Detroit, Michigan.
All right. So my next pretrial date is when, Heather?
It is March 8th.
All right. So, Mr. Goodman, I'm going to give you a date on March 8th to file a motion. You file a motion, we'll hear it on March 8th. That's going to be in person.
Motion for dismissal?
Whatever you want to file a motion. You said you wanted to file a motion. So I'm giving you a hearing date for your motion.
What time?
We'll schedule that at 10 a.m. and this is going to be live. No Zoom.
All right.
All
right. I want all my rights intact to me at all times.
Pardon?
I'm only here to threaten confusion. I just want all my rights intact to me at all times. And everybody just got to prove that they got power of attorney law.
You got to slow down because you're talking so fast I can't understand you. I keep hearing all time, but that's all I'm getting.
Okay, what I'm saying is for the dismissal, I'm about to put it in today. You got to prove that you got power of attorney law over me. I'll have to sue the courthouse for 100-fold.
Mr. Goodman, I don't have to prove a damn thing to you, sir. If you're here on,
you got to prove that you got power of attorney law over me. You don't have power. I don't care what you're talking about.
Over you, Mr. Goodman.
Yes, you do. You need power of attorney law to talk to me. You ain't got no ground. You ain't no standing. You ain't got no ground on understanding. I got the affidavit of truth right here. I got authenticate birth certificate. I got a letter of intent over here right now. I broke all my contracts with the government. I'm not those capital letters. I'm with the 12 tribes of Israel. My name is Israel. I'm an Israelite. I'm with the 12 tribes of Israel. You don't got no power of attorney law over me. I'm pushing for dismissal. I'm suing your courthouse for 100-fold.
Here we go again. This man announces that he plans to sue the court for a huge sum of money, as if that tactic has ever succeeded. In reality, courts are allowed to do their jobs, and filing threats like this doesn't stop legal proceedings or change outcomes in any way. It may sound dramatic, but it carries no real weight. What many people don't realize is that judges are protected by something called judicial immunity. That protection exists so judges can make lawful decisions without fear of personal lawsuits. So when someone tries the "I'm suing you" approach, it usually goes nowhere and only slows things down. What's truly puzzling is the pattern we keep seeing. Someone breaks the law, then acts surprised when they're held accountable for it. Instead of taking responsibility, they argue technicalities that don't apply. And things aren't over yet. Coming up next is his following hearing, where he appears from custody after failing to show up to court the first time. Stay with it, because this situation continues to unfold in a very telling way.
Try it again, counsel. I'm sorry.
Good morning, Your Honor. Patricia Manning for the people, P84088.
All right. And Mr. Goodman, can you hear us okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. And Ms. Murphy, what are we doing on these files?
Judge, it's my understanding that Mr. Goodman has an appointment at the Forensic Center on January 31st. As Your Honor knows, he has pending cases in Frank Murphy. He went before Judge Michael Callahan yesterday. He was, his bond was reinstated with a tether. I believe Your Honor has put a 250, 10% bond on Mr. Goodman. You know, Your Honor, that I'm going to ask you to reduce that bond to something affordable.
All right, so I've got two files. One file's got that 250 10% with a GPS tether. That would be the February 5, 2022 incident date. And then the other file, which is the misdemeanor file from May 10, 2019, he's just on a personal on that one with a GPS tether.
Right, and you know, Your Honor, that I don't represent him on the DV.
Right. But he finally does have a date for a forensic exam?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, all right. So you just want to adjourn the PCC?
Yes, Judge. And ask for a reduction in bond.
Thank you. And Mr. Goodman, have you talked to an attorney on the domestic violence case, or are you representing yourself on that one?
I have nobody to represent me. I think it was Langford or something was supposed to be my attorney. I'm not sure how it went south.
Okay. All right, counsel, go ahead and make your bond argument. But before you do, just so we're all on the same page, my notes say it's 25,000, 10%, no contact with complaining victim, and GPS tether. Is that your understanding?
So, Judge, I thought it was 250,000, 10%,
I don't know
25,000.
what I just said, but
Oh.
my file says 250. Well, yeah, 250,000, 10%. Correct.
So, Judge, I mean, obviously that's unaffordable. Mr. Goodman is not a man of means.
Just by looking at him, it's easy to get the sense that he doesn't have many resources to fall back on, and that impression quickly lines up with what we see in court. It's also not surprising that the court-appointed attorneys are eager to step away from this situation. While public defenders are assigned to help people who can't afford private lawyers, they aren't required to stay on a case if serious issues arise or if the client refuses to cooperate. When even lawyers who regularly handle difficult cases decide they can't move forward, that usually says a lot. It suggests this person is making the process harder than it needs to be and ignoring legal advice that could actually help him. Instead of working within the system, he continues to push arguments that don't benefit his case at all. It's also important to remember that this matter goes far beyond a simple paperwork or driving issue. There's a serious charge involved that the court must address, and those allegations carry real legal consequences. No amount of made-up legal language or courtroom theatrics is going to make that disappear. With that in mind, let's jump back into the hearing and see what happens next.
He and his significant other just acquired new housing, Your Honor. They have a baby. Mr. Goodman needs to be there to assist with childcare responsibilities because both of them were working before Mr. Goodman was taken into custody. I know we've had some issues, Your Honor, with appearing in court. Mr. Goodman has had transportation issues with respect to getting to the forensic center, and that was his issue, Judge. The tether violation was simply a malfunction of equipment, so I would ask Your Honor to, and since they do not have means, Your Honor, I would ask Your Honor to reduce I'm asking Your Honor for a personal with the tether.
Response.
Um,
And counsel, you don't have to jump up to talk to me. I know it's instinctive, but it's okay if you don't.
Thank you, Your Honor. It is instinctive. Your Honor, in this case, he is before us for a misdemeanor DV. I understand he does have some pending felonies. I understand he's on a GPS tether for the felonies. I believe at this time, the most important thing is that he remain on, or that if he is released, he remains on a GPS tether. So in this case, I would not object to a personal bond.
All right. Ms. Murphy, unfortunately, this is one of those situations where I don't care what the parties think, because I've got a long history. This building's got a long history with Mr. Goodman not showing up in court. So I set the bond for that reason. I'm keeping the bond as it is for that reason.
I've got to say, Judge Oakley really stands out. You can tell he's fair, thoughtful, and completely focused on doing what's right. But he also doesn't tolerate games or distractions. Even when both sides seemed ready to let this man walk away without serious consequences, Judge Oakley stepped in and made it clear that accountability still matters. He recognized the situation for what it was and made a decision that brought a strong sense of reality back into the courtroom. That's what people expect from a good judge, someone who looks beyond convenience and focuses on justice and public safety. Moments like that show real integrity and confidence in the role that I'd love to hear what you all thought about this case, because it definitely left an impression on me. Watching Judge Oakley handle situations like this is always refreshing. And don't go anywhere, because we're about to move into another courtroom scene with Judge Boyd. Things get tense quickly when a young defendant decides to talk back and act overly confident. And as you'll see, that approach doesn't end well at all. Let's jump in and see how it unfolds.
All right, why were you late for court?
I really don't got any excuse besides I got insomnia.
I'm sorry, what?
I really don't got any excuse, but I got insomnia.
He overslept, Judge.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
All right, so here's the thing. You need to be on time for court. Otherwise, you know what's going to end up happening? Whether you're 20 or 18, guess what? We'll make sure that you come on time. If you're not on time, we'll know where you are. You know how we'll know that?
Got my address.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, y'all got my address.
No, because you'll be in Orange and we'll bring you over from the jail. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
In school?
Yes.
To 10th grade.
All right, why did you only go to the 10th grade?
I dropped out
Why?
because there was like a lot of drama.
All right, so let me explain to you about drama. Drama is you coming before the court and not addressing the court properly. Drama is using slang and not proper English coming before the court. So my advice is you probably want to get your GED so that you can get a job, because now it is hard to get good employment without at least a high school diploma. And even if you have a high school diploma, it's still hard. Guess what? People who go to college, and I'm not talking to people who go to college and they're getting a degree in philosophy, finding a job. I mean, people who are going to college, getting a degree in engineering, biology, they're all having a hard time finding employment. So you come along and you don't even have a 10th grade education and you're trying to get employment, it does not look good. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you employed?
I was employed.
So that's a no, right? You're not working?
No, ma'am.
So that means that your mom or somebody is supporting you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So when you come back here on the 27th, you're going to come on time and you're going to address the court properly. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe excuse.
Yes. Once you sign the reset form.
I wanted to include that last clip because it really stood out to me. It's surprising to see someone speak to a judge the same way they might talk to close friends. A courtroom isn't a casual setting, and treating it like a relaxed hangout just doesn't work. Respect and proper behavior matter, especially when serious decisions are being made. What I really want to focus on, though, is the earlier case involving the self-described sovereign citizen. During the first appearance, he was shouting during a virtual hearing, which was honestly hard to watch. Acting like that in court, especially in an online setting, only makes things worse and shows a lack of seriousness about the situation. Personally, I think appearances like this should be handled in person whenever possible. Facing the court directly makes it harder to hide behind a screen or exaggerate behavior for attention. Being physically present adds a level of accountability that online hearings sometimes lack, and it often changes how people act. Another point worth discussing is how courts handle these cases overall. Fairness is important, and everyone deserves due process, but there's a clear difference between being fair and being overly lenient. Some situations call for firm boundaries, especially when someone repeatedly disrupts proceedings or wastes valuable court time that aid to the end of the day. Judges have the authority to keep things moving and maintain order, and sometimes that means setting strict limits. I'd really like to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think Judge Oakley handled that first hearing fairly? I personally believe he did a solid job. If you enjoy this type of content, consider liking and subscribing. I post daily. Thanks so much for watching, and I truly appreciate all of your comments and support. Take care, everyone.